Good morning, it's Friday. I think I've decided to maybe put my video blog time aside in the morning while I have my cup of coffee, because I really think that's when I'm at my best. Really, it's just downhill from there. So yeah, so here I am. Yesterday I did my first test video, decided I'm just going to put it online and commit to this. So here I am, real video blog number one. So this blog is about something that I've been writing for a while. It was a client idea. She said, well, why don't you write a blog about the 5 personality traits about you or habits that made you successful, or you think made you successful in your health and fitness journey. Okay, great. So I've been trying to work on that for like 4 months. Anyway, I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to break it down in a separate blog. So today we're going to talk about what I put down as number 1, and I didn't really give it too much thought. I like just kind of jotting these ideas down, and I think they're more genuine that way. So the first one I put down was that I'm organized. Yeah, I'm organized. I've always been organized. I mean, I've always, like, I don't know, in high school I would like alphabetize my CDs and like, so that kind of stuff, whatever. And I think that's a good thing, because I think anyone who wants to be successful in any of their goals, they need to have a schedule, and they need to just be regimented. We're just creatures of habit, and so it's just anything from like packing your lunches to when you do your grocery shopping, to make sure that you always have good choices in your fridge. It's nice to stay on a schedule for those kind of things and be organized. And the other thing is that, you know, we organize all these things like going to the gym and food and things we have to do with friends, but you also need to organize your downtime. So that's something I don't want to overlook ever. It's like, okay, well, I have all these things to do this week, but I haven't left myself one opportunity to sit on my ass, and that's really important. So getting back to being organized, something that I always thought was a really good trait, at some point in the last few years, it kind of snowballed into something that wasn't good anymore, or it became unbalanced. Something that had always helped me was starting to cause me stress, which, if you know me and read anything I write about, priority is always controlling stress levels. And I just became over obsessive compulsive about things in my house and how they looked and how they were organized. And I noticed something about my scheduling, which was I had my schedule a lot of time written down, and then other things that weren't written down, I had it, kind of calculated in my head. And if something got thrown off, it really threw me for a loop. I don't know, I felt like, I know like 90-year-olds who, they're in their little schedules, and then if you throw them off, it it really throws them off. I felt like that. I was like, why is this little change just not having a good impact on me? So I was aware of that, and then I had to make a conscious effort to figure that out and improve it. And so what I did, it started off with something really small, and it started off with observing, this is weird, it started off with observing men, because men handle their stress much better than women do. They're just programmed to, and they just have a different outlook on things. And I kind of envy them sometimes, because it was small things, like going to bed with a sink full of dirty dishes. Most women, that will drive them absolutely insane. And they think, well, if I don't do these dishes, I'm going to wake up in the morning, it's going to screw up my morning because I have to do these dishes. And guys will leave dishes in the sink for 3 days and not care about it. So I thought that was interesting. So I actually started doing that. I actually started making sure that things that would normally annoy me because they were out of place, that I would just let it slide. And for a while, I would let it happen, but it still bugged me. And then I really had to make that commitment to not letting it bug me. So going to sleep, dishes in the sink, not caring. And I don't know, that was a good exercise for me, and it really worked. It seems like such a small, insignificant thing, but really helped me. And then recently, I'll finish off with one quick story. Moved into a new house, and the kitchen is already full of stuff. Like I needed to do a major trip to Salvation Army just so I could get the things I wanted to get into the kitchen and organize everything. And when I was younger, I probably would have totally burnt myself out. In the first 2 weeks I moved in, I would have busted my ass to make sure that everything was perfect. And I didn't want to do that this time. I wanted to use the experience to grow. And what I did is I basically, so the kitchen table, we don't use it that much because we've got like a breakfast bar, but it's in plain sight. And what I did is I took all my stuff that I wanted to put into the cupboards I didn't have any room for, and I just piled it, like it was piled on the kitchen table, and it sat there. And it sat there for 2 months, and normally I think that would have made me nuts, but it's just something I just wanted to be okay with it, and it was just a small little exercise, but it was like, I'm going to let that stuff sit there, and more importantly, I'm not going to let the fact that everything's not perfect the way I want right now, I'm not going to let that bug me. And I did that. I actually let it sit there for about 3 months. And just last weekend, I decided to organize the whole kitchen and get it all sorted out because my mom's coming to visit this weekend. So we needed a place to eat, and it was kind of embarrassing already. So anyway, I learned a lot from that. And so there's that fine line again, right? We're always talking about balance, that lifestyle balance. Well, there's balance in something more specific that I had to find, something that is a positive trait that kind of turned bad on me, and then I had to bring it back to a point where it wasn't having a negative effect on my life. And that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about today, and we'll talk about the second one next time. You guys have a good weekend.